Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, I want to be talking about Netflix's show You and their new season coming out, season 5. I really love this show. I've been watching this show since season 1. In this video, I really want to talk about like my fan theories, what I want to happen in the show, what I think is going to happen in the show, and just overall discourse that the community has about the show and stuff like that. I really just want to talk about the show because I have no one else to talk to about the show, and that's what YouTube's for. Okay, obviously, spoilers ahead. I want to make sure that everyone knows that you will be spoiled if you watch the show and need to be caught up to season 4 to understand like what I'm talking about. So do not watch this video if you haven't seen the show. Okay, so starting off, I want to talk about the setting that we're in. We're back in New York. Joe's going by his real name, and he's married to Kate, the girl that he was obsessed with in season 4. And Joe is just living the life in this trailer. It looks like he has all this money. He went from these rags to riches, and now he's got the girl of his dreams. And, you know, the only thing that can threaten him is his past, his present, and his future, because he's still fucked up in the head. We also see that his son is older now, and it's like a whole time skip. And then we also see he starts to obsess over another lady. And, you know, just Joe, what do you think you're doing? You got everything you wanted, and now you're obsessed over another lady. Like, what is wrong with him? But you know how this guy is. He does anything for love, and he's totally a freaking psycho. So I just can't wait to see that drama unfold. But let me talk about like my opinions about the show. First, I really want to talk about Joe's son. So Joe's son, Henry, is older and he seems to be meeting up with his dad. And if you remember in season 3, Joe leaves his son on the doorstep of that couple. I can't remember their name right now, but that couple, and I'm assuming that the couple raised Joe's son, Henry. Now, if you remember in season 3, Joe had a lot of issues bonding with Henry because he really wanted him to be a girl, but he ended up being a guy. And then, you know, Love started calling him 40 because he thought that, or the mom thought that 40 was reincarnated into Henry or something like that. And so Joe had a really hard time bonding with him, but you did see some good father moments from Joe in that season. But eventually he did abandon Henry on the doorstep to be raised by someone hopefully fucking better than Joe. But regardless, Henry is in New York with Joe. And I wonder how they introduced him how they're going to introduce him back into the show. My opinion is that Kate is going to be like, you have a long lost son, or she's going to find something out. And then she's going to get Henry. And I don't know if she's going to do some secret money where she extorts the family and tries to take Henry, or Henry's willing to go and just be like, I want to go meet my dad for real. And I just think that she is going to be the one to get Henry. I don't think Joe's ever going to seek Henry out, and I think Henry's a little too young to seek Joe out. But, you know, that's Joe's son, so he can really do a lot, is what I'm trying to say. But I think it's going to be Kate that's going to bring Henry into the show or introduce him back. And I feel like Joe's going to have a mixed reaction to this. I feel like he's going to be, you know, you're messing with the perfect life. He's like, I'm not meant to be a father, stuff like that. And then I feel like he's going to have a moment where he bonds with his son. And he's like, wait, this is what I'm supposed to do. You're just like me, or something like that. He's going to have a bonding moment with him. And I feel like he'll reject him at first, but then he'll be like, warm up to him and be like, yeah, this is someone who's just like me and stuff. So talking about the new lady in town, I don't necessarily think that they gave her a name yet, but I have to say, I'm not really like immediately like excited about her. With Kate, at least, I was like, oh, she seems interesting. You know, she's like this rich lady, and, you know, she's got an allure about her. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of her, I like other characters in You a little bit better, or the other love interest way better. But in general, I like really am not like, oh my God, she seems so cool. Like all of Joe's love interests have like something cool about them, and I just am not that interested in her. And I'm hoping that she isn't just added for like drama. I mean, she obviously is added to be drama because she's another love interest and Joe's supposed to be married this season. But like in general, I just want her to be interesting enough. Like I just don't want him to be like, I gotta abandon my whole life now. And kind of like the same thing that happened with Margarine, where he was like, okay, I gotta kill love now so I can be with this lady, which I feel like will probably happen, even though I kind of don't want it to happen. I'd rather just be like, at least if I like, because I liked Margarine, don't get me wrong. Like I actually thought she was really cool. But in general, I really am kind of sick of that plot. We also see in the trailer that Joe is back in New York and he's living under his own name. And it's like he's on top of the world. You know, he was like this really poor kid and he didn't have much going for him. He just worked in some shitty bookstore. But I feel like he was slowly climbing the ranks throughout the show, where he started to become in more richer settings. And now he's married to this super rich lady. He probably doesn't have to work a day in his life again. And, you know, like I said, he's back in New York, going by his own name. And we see through season 2 through 4, he really doesn't like being like a different person than who he is. He doesn't like living in an area that he's not fond of, like with LA, or when he lived in, what was it? I'm pretty sure it was like some area outside of LA too. Or even when he was living in England, I think that's where he was in season 4. Regardless, he did not like living there. His heart has always been in New York, and now he's finally back living under his own name. I mean, that's such a big deal because he was running. Probably for the majority of the show, he's been running, and now he finally is. He made the chase. He made it out. But we see with him coming back to New York that it's not all over yet. We see that people are coming back from his past and they're saying things like Joe's kind of a weird guy. I mean, I'm really hoping that we see like his victims come back alive or shit, like maybe dead, because, you know, they could just bring love back and I wouldn't even complain. I'd take any excuse that they gave me. Just kidding. I know it would be terrible if they brought her back because it would just be a bad plot. But oh my God, I was just killed to see her again. Maybe in a flashback like Beck, but, you know, we'll see. I'm really hoping that they do bring back, you know, Jenna Ortega. I'm pretty sure she's super busy, you know, with filming Wednesday and blah, 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 blah. And maybe like Will Bettenheim will come back and or Peach's friends for that matter. Like, I just want all of Joe's like victims to his like nonsense to all come back for the season. I'm really hoping for that. And I just think that would just conclude the season so well to have all of those cast members back. Some things that I do really want to see from this season is some crazy Joe feats. Okay, I know this sounds kind of cringe, but I don't know what happened recently, but like the fans of the show Dexter have just been comparing the hell out of Joe and Dexter, and like, would Dexter be, or would Joe be on Dexter's table or something like that. And listen, I know damn well that Joe is going to get bodied by Dexter. I mean, it's just not even fair. But I mean, Joe is a competent killer. I mean, he's survived this long. He's not stupid, even though he's crazy. I still think he has great stealth and great feats, but I need some more feats so I can be like, see, you could look at what Joe can do. I mean, he's rich as fuck now. He can do a lot of stuff, and I really want to see some crazy. I want to see some crazy kills with some crazy cover-ups. That's really what I want to see. I know recently a lot of people since season 4 have been kind of hating on the show. They've been like, oh, it's not that good since Love died. I don't like Kate as a love interest. I just don't like the setting for season 4. And I had my own personal issues with season 4. I mean, I wasn't crazy about it the way I was about season 2 and season 3, or even season 1 for that matter. But I still love the show. I mean, I like the ideas that the writers were going for with this whodunit mystery with all these crazy rich people. And I really liked Lady Phoebe. I thought she was a really great character, and I hope they bring her back. I really do, because I really liked her. But we'll see. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. Like, if she ends up dying, I will be very, very upset. She deserves to live, okay? She's a sweetheart. We also see in the trailer that Joe is being arrested, and it's like in this Luigi Mangione style like arrest with this like crazy picture, and he's being called the Eat the Rich killer. And I I love that. I love it. I love this like Joe possible court arc era. Like I will eat it up. I will. And I'm not too crazy about his serial killer name. I mean, the Eat the Rich Killer, kind of corny, but I'll take what I can get, okay? I really want a good season to end this really great show that I've been a fan of for such a long time. You know, while I really do like this idea of a court arc, I will say that I do want all of the victims to sort of do what Candace tried to do, but in a better and more legal way. Because Candace understood that the law was not going to help her, even though Joe basically attempted to murder her. And she tried doing her own sort of vigilante justice, and she essentially failed. And that was really sad to see because it just wasn't the right route to take, and she died for it, right? And I would love to see, like, Joe lose to his own self. Because, I mean, these victims of Joe, they understand Joe. They know his patterns, the way he acts. They know what he'll do, what he'll try to save to keep face for the ones he loves, right? And I would just think that it would be so great if all of the victims, you know that scene in like Lion King where Scar gets pushed off a Pride Rock and then all of the hyenas are just there waiting and like they're like, "Oh, you're not going to give us food no more. We're going to jump you." And I'm not saying I want them to kill him because I actually have this perfect ending in mind where they just catch him like dead to rights, red-handed, cops outside, and it's all over. Like, and they catch him in a way that is so predictable for him. Like he's trying to do something to keep face with the person that he's obsessed with, something like that, or he's trying to cover up a murder. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like Joe does this all the time. And I just think it'd be so perfect if the victims did it. And I would love to see, I have a feeling that this is going to happen, okay? I mean, a lot of fans have been saying this, that Joe's mom is going to come back this season, but it's not going to be a flashback. It's going to be Joe's, like, mom in the flesh, right? And I think, you know, because it's all coming back full circle. I mean, he's back in New York. He's going by his own name again. And I just think it makes sense that his mom would come into the story again. And I feel like they're going to save her till the end. They're not going to introduce her until later. Maybe, like, even in the ending scene, they're going to be like, "See, this is what you deserve, Joey," or something like that. Like, I really think that they're going to, like, the victims, at least, they're going to, like, pull out Joe's mom as, like, almost a trump card to be like, "Look, Joe, look how everyone thinks about you, truly. Like, even your mom thinks you're messed up and stuff." Like, I would just love that. I would eat it up. I really, really would. Now, for the fate of all of the characters and what I want to truly happen, I want Ellie to finally get her story out. I know I called her Jenna Ortega earlier, but her name in the show is Ellie. I would love for her to be like, "Look, my sister did a lot of stuff to try to expose some bad people and she got in trouble for it." And like, you know, she gets that justice for her sister that her sister deserved. And she gets to live her true life and live where she wants to do and do what she needs to do and stuff. Like just her being able to live her dreams out and everything. And for Kate, I really would like to see her die. Okay, I know that might be controversial. But Kate is an accomplice in a lot of murders and a lot of shitty actions, and she does that for the ones she loves, but to me, like, it's not even in a way that Love did stuff for the ones she loves. To me, it's almost like, I don't know, like she is like almost above like getting her hands dirty, and I think her having to get her hands dirty and then also getting in trouble or maybe killed for it, I feel like I would really appreciate it, because like she has enough money where she can keep her hands not dirty. And I would love to see her get her hands dirty like Love had to do, or her get in trouble for having to finally get her hands dirty. For the fate of Henry, I would love to see him go back to his loving gay family that has been taking care of him, I presume. But, I mean, you know, Henry's fate is up in the air. I mean, who the hell knows what's going to happen to that kid? If he dies, I will be upset. And I think it'd be really neat if I would love to see, I know that we're probably going to get a lot of Joe from Henry, like he's going to like start attributing, but I would love to see more Love's aspect to Henry. Honestly, because they were saying that Henry is a lot like 40, I would honestly even like that even more if not only did he start acting more like Love, but act way more like 40, to a point where it almost bugs Joe that he's like, you are like 40. Because, I mean, that was a whole thing in itself in season 3. Like, he's like, oh, he kept calling him 40 on accident. And honestly, it'd be really funny if he called him 40 on accident this time, which I feel like they're probably not going to do that. But, like, I would love that so much. And I would love if he actually starts to act like, not like, you know, like a drug addict or crazy, but he had that weird, like, attitude that 40 had. Because 40 was one of my favorite characters, and I just want him to be mentioned again. I mean, it's been so long since 40 has been mentioned, and he's just one of the best characters in You. But regardless, I want the cycle to end with Henry. I don't want him to get his hands dirty. I don't want him to kill anyone for Joe or Kate's sake or for anybody's sake. I just want him to be happy because, like, with both his mom and his dad, they both have this vicious cycle of aggressiveness and possession, and I just want it to end with Henry. I mean, obviously he's going to have a struggle with it. I mean, he's the son of both 2 crazy possessive serial killers, and I just think that the cycle needs to end with him. That's what I think needs to happen. And finally, the fate that I think Joe deserves. I think he doesn't deserve, you know, death by a victim or death by his mother or death by his loved one, Kate, that a lot of people are speculating or want to happen. I just want to see him be put into a cage. That's what I think I need. I really, really need it. And it would be even better, instead of like jail bars, he's put in a glass cage, because that would just be perfect symbolism. I mean, I think every victim of Joe has experienced the cage or had been around the cage or been put in the cage at one point or died in the cage for that matter. And I just think that it would be very fitting for him to die the way that a lot of his victims suffered to him by. To die in prison in a cage and never truly be loved the way that he's always wanted. Listen. I love Joe, but I do not love Joe at the same time. I love Joe as a character. I mean, he's evil, so I'll root for him because he's the main character, and, you know, the story's got to go on. So I'm like, okay, Joe, you got to get out of the situation. Like, you got to do this so you can do your goal and things like that, or like be with the person you love. I'm like, okay, Joe, you got to do it. But at the end of the day, I know Joe's super, super bad, and this is always the ending that I've always wanted. I wanted him to truly pay for his actions, because, I mean, in that season of season 2, where he was about to throw the key away and be like, I'm the one who killed Delilah, like, I am a monster, like, I can't believe that I did this. He was about to throw the key away and let himself get arrested, and I need him to have that full moment. I need him to, like, realize that, like, I'm the problem, and I'm not really fixable, and that I'm going to live a very unloved life, and I deserve that. Like, I really, really would love that to be his, like, ending, that he realizes he's wrong. And if it goes down, like, the path where he's like, I don't think I'm bad or something like that, like, it just would take away the satisfaction of him finally being put away if he thinks that he's not guilty for the things that he did. But I digress. That's really what I want to be the ending. Some things I really don't want from this season, though. This is just like a small tidbit at the end I'm going to add here. I really don't want Joe to be like all dementia confused the whole season like he was in season 4, where he was like imagining, I forgot the politician's name or whatever, but he was imagining him being like in his head. That's how unimpressed I was by that plot, because I don't even remember the guy's name. But anyway, the whole On Lahed plot really just bugged me, because I was just like, oh, okay, damn, I guess he was the bad guy all along and we were just fighting ourselves because it was all in Lahed. Like, I don't want to do that again. Like, I was not a fan of that anyway in the first place. Also, near the end of season 4, we see that Joe takes a life that really wasn't warranted. Like, the girl that he was assisting. I cannot remember her name for the life of me. I swear to God, I've seen You so many times, but I just don't rewatch season 4 because I just don't really like it as much. But anyway, the girl that he was helping at school and stuff, he just takes her life like that. And he kind of succumbs to his wicked self, you know, his Jekyll with his Hyde and all of that. And I like that a lot, but part of Joe's, like, enjoyableness is that he's kind of human despite being like totally evil. You know, he's like kind of relatable in some messed up way. And so I really hope they don't just keep him as some super, I doubt that they're going to make him like completely unrelatable, because I mean, that's kind of Joe's big appeal, is that he's kind of chill, but he's actually like super messed up. So I would really like appreciate something like that, where he's like messed up and he's kind of past that point of no return, but he still has that bit of humanity in there that makes him appealable to watch. That's something that I really want from this season. I know a lot of people really did not like season 4, and I saw a lot of YouTube videos of people being like, the downfall of You, or why you season 4 wasn't that good and stuff like that. And to be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan of season 4, but I'm still really hopeful for the show. I mean, I really, really love the story. I love the plot. I love the whole story just in general is really, really good. And I would just love to see just everyone finally unite in the end and kind of just kick the people's butts that were saying this show is trash now. Like, I just want to be like, oh my God, You season 5 really pulled it all together, man. Like, I would love that. Just to be like, yeah, the show's goated. It's a GOAT status show. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate y'all watching this video. I mean, this is kind of one of my longer videos I think I've ever made. And I'm really trying to do, like, I know I said I was going to make more videos. I mean, I'm probably going to keep doing videos on random topics that I like. I might even make a follow-up video, because I know that they're probably going to separate I already said this earlier, but they're probably going to separate the season up into 2 parts. And I'll talk about what I thought about part 1 later, but I really want to release this video right before, so I can be like, I told you, I was right. Like, oh my gosh, I mean, I don't think anybody's watching these videos, but if someone did, they'll be like, dang, she actually was right about that. That would be so awesome. Anyway, guys, I really, really do appreciate y'all watching this video. Please give it a like and comment. Please tell me your fan theories below. I really want to know what y'all are thinking about what this new season's going to be about. Like, anything at all. Be like, I don't, blah, blah, blah is going to come back. I don't care. Say whatever you want about the show, or please comment on my theories and what y'all think about it and what your opinion is about the show. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.